Just like that, we live. I am Doggie Diamonds. I'm here with the homie Jojo Capone. Jojo, what's going on?
What it do, doggy? Thanks
You
for
know,
having me back, man.
you know how we do. We gotta do this like every few months to keep the people, in tune with what's happening. We had these. They don't know about the discussions that we have offline. Sometimes we bring them online for the people. So we're gonna bring this one online for them today.
Let's get it.
So
I'm up.
before, so before we get into anything, you got a project coming out.
Yeah, it dropped today. Talented Gangster. It's on iTunes, Tidal, Amazon, Apple Music, iTunes. Yeah,
Talented Gangster. Is that the
yeah,
one with the blue cover? Or you have different covers for that, right?
yeah. It's three different covers. The blue and black cover is the official cover on the sales sites, the sales streaming sites, and the red and black cover. I think Swamp Izzo gonna use for his when he hosted. And I just use the black and white one for just random posts or whatever.
Okay, sound good, sound good. So, Jojo, let's build on this Willie Lynch thing. I don't know if I was gonna give him the whole background on Willie Lynch, but I think they should be in tune with that. And instead of me always giving things to people, I think people have to study. They have to start looking up shit for themselves. So I would say look up Willie Lynch. I think most of my viewing audience know who Willie Lynch is. They're well aware of what Willie Lynch is, and they know about that. So I don't think I have to give them that per se, but I will give y'all a little bit. Willie Lynch is definitely about the real. I mean, the young versus the old, the man versus the woman, and we see that going on. Yeah,
Pure
and we,
deception at its finest.
and we see that a lot going on in hip hop right now.
Yeah,
The young versus old. Jay-Z just dropped 444. You just dropped the project, and they probably say, "Well, why the hell is Jojo? Jojo look too old to be dropping an album. Why is he doing the album? Why is Jojo doing the album?" That's Willie
right,
Lynch to me. They're saying
right.
Jay-Z. Why is Jay-Z doing the album? He's 47 years old. Why do you think that that's going on in hip hop?
Because it's damn sure not going in on any other genre of music. Them rock bands, them players be 80 years old and still touring. And like I say, ain't no right and wrong. Well, it's some wrong ways, but it's no wrong way to try to feed your family, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna try to provide for yourself and your family, and rapping and hip hop is a way to do that, pursue it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta realize, okay, if Jay-Z 47, his generation want to listen to what he has to say. You know what I'm saying? It might be over the head of a 16 or 17-year-old, which it shouldn't be, because they supposed to learn from their elders and respect their elders. Yet and still, a 47-year-old is somewhat worried about the attitude and the upbringing of a 17-year-old, instead of being really intrigued with that 17-year-old music, unless he's a young 17-year-old conscious rapper, which you would say the Kendrick Lamar's, J. Cole, Saigon, guys like that, Nas, that you 16, 17, and you indulged enough in your culture to you speaking about something. But if you 16, 17-year-old talking about how much weed you smoke and pills you popping and syrup you sipping, that's not going entertain a 47-year-old. It might entertain a 47-year-old junkie, but even a 47-year-old, but even a junkie gonna be looking like young blood or young sister. You shouldn't be, indulging into them drugs at all. Like, look at me, look at the outcome. You don't want to be living out here on the street. You don't want your family to turning back on you, and this addiction is something that we all should stray away from. So, what I'm saying? It's something to that effect. Like, I listen to all the music, the young and the old, and what I do is combine it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I put out a song called Knock It Off on my project, and I sent it to all the young generation. 600 Breezy, free 600 Breezy. I sent it to Rico Reckless. I sent it to P Rico. I sent it to my own daughter, Aisha Mack. I sent it to Bump J, Welcome Home, Slap Polaroid, They was in the studio. So any like when the supporters send me messages or comments and ask, am I gonna do songs with the youth? Or like Bump J coming home, are you gonna do records with him? I can only try. You see what I'm saying? And I sent his brother Shake, I sent the email twice. You know what I'm saying? I sent the song to him twice, but they didn't send it back in time. So if they do send it back, everybody that I mentioned that I sent it to, I just use it as a remix record. You see what I'm saying? And I can put it out whenever, you know, but my project was due. So if it don't make the cut, that don't mean we still don't work with each other down the line, because, you know, people will be like, well, I asked him, was they gonna work together? He put his project out and they not on there. So now people start thinking, is it beef? If it's this and that. Peace.
How could we get more in tune with the youth, or should the youth get more in tune with us, or should it be a meeting in the middle? How would you do that? Because you got in your city, Chicago, y'all are deemed that the youth is deemed as young, wild, reckless, and don't give a fuck. They killing 100 people over the weekend. Nobody could get to them. What is the problem? And the music is at the forefront of everything. How could we mesh that right there?
See, just like with me and my relationships, they know I love and care for them genuinely. It ain't about no fucking record or none of that shit. They know I just genuinely got love for them and want to see them all make it. So just like I mentioned to that record, Knock It Off. Shit, 5 of them people on the record don't get along. And I personally know that. You see what I'm saying? But I put them on that record so now when I use my platform to put it out, and now everybody hear and see them on the record together, it's like, whoa, you see what I'm saying? How did that happen? Or this and that. And it's like, and then of course, I'm gonna go as further to shoot the video for it. I was gonna shoot a video for it for all them. They didn't have to be in the same video, you know, together in them same locations until the thing simmer down amongst them. But I'm always gonna let them know it's nothing that should make me wanna harm my brother or my sister, you know what I'm saying, to the point that I'm getting rid of them forever in the flesh, meaning I'm taking a gun to do this bodily harm to my brother and sister. That's this Willie Lynch theory we speaking on, how he turned the light skin against the darker skin, but we might be brothers in the same household.
Yeah,
we both came out of our mother, but because our complexion is different, Willie Lynch his theory was to put us against each other. You see what I'm saying? And in this 21st century, people are still plagued by that, and it's sad, man.
So right now, you got people in your city that don't get along. I got people in my city that don't get along. And hip hop, reason why we're doing this, because hip hop is at the forefront. You got the young dudes that's mad at the old dudes, and then you got the old dudes that's mad at the young dudes. My thing was, I've been trying to understand the young dudes by asking them, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, you know, because we do have to realize we really hard on the youth, but some of these dudes is really crying out for help. Some of them are drug addicted. Some of them need help. So how could we, one of the ways you put them on the same record, what role is corporate America playing in this? What role is the white people playing in this shit, putting us against each other?
I mean, with corporate America, of course, they gonna play their part because it's a numbers game with them. So anything that's driving some traffic and some numbers, and they see like, oh, this song is doing 2 million, 3 million, 4 million views, they turning that in their mind, they thinking dollar signs. So they don't care that the content is saying, I smoked some dude, little brother, last night, or I beat this chick up, or whatever that's driving that traffic to that record and to that artist. They just want to see how can they capitalize off of that. And once you can get the youth or even an adult that indulge in that, until you can get them to say, hey, that's like selling out, you know what I'm saying? That's considered selling out. You know what I'm saying? That you're going to make this type of record, you know, only to make sales, even if it harms somebody. You know what I'm saying? So if you making that record and you're not having no self-dignity amongst yourself, and it's just all about a dollar, everything gonna be shock value. You know, everything you're gonna do is gonna be, you gonna consider it shock value, but it's really bullshit, and it's the Willie Lynch theory for real.
So you have you've been to prison, you've been to jail, you've been to prison, you've been to penitentiary, you've indulged in, you know, all types of street activity. When did Jojo Capone start to become conscious and change from being just a young, black, reckless, I don't give a fuck, gangbanger dude to, hold up, man, what the fuck is going on? Reason why that's important to me, because a lot of people want to be like you. And they know where you came from, and they know what you did, and some of them just hear through stories, but they don't know that you've been working within the past few years to change your life and have changed your life and change the way people look at you based on your actions and what you're doing to people. What hit you one day when you say, yo, man, nah, a lot of this shit, the way I'm living ain't right?
Well, considering myself as a motivational speaker, a life coach, you know, I would say being a troubled teen, you know, 10, 11, 9, 10 years old on up, being in the juvenile halls and seeing my mother telling me if I go to jail, she not coming to visit me, and stood by her word. But then my great grandmother coming to visit me after she had knee surgery and crying, you know what I'm saying, to see me locked up in a sand, you locked up in a cage like an animal. This is not what you're supposed to do. Like, one thing they always taught me was take heed to everything. So, you know, gang banging, like, of course, Chicago, we started the gang culture. The gang culture was here, even though they talked that gangs in New York, the Italian shit and all that. We not talking about no foreign. We ain't talking about that. We talking about here in America. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we have the oldest original gangs here in America, the Gangster Disciples, Black Gangsters, Black Disciples, Vice Lords, Black Peace Stones, all that originated here. Of course, the Black Peace Stones left here throughout T. Rogers to send a message to LA, created the Bloods. And that's where the Bloods come from. It's originated from Black Peace Stones. So going back to my childhood, so now we young, my cousins, everybody 13 years old, locked up for gang-related murders. You know what I'm saying? At the time, it was like a slap on the wrist. And you wonder yourself, you kill somebody and you only serving 3 to 5 years?
Wow.
For murdering somebody? You know what I'm saying? So regardless to your point of it or involvement in it, you only do that less of a time. So you blessed, you got to start. Now you're aware of when they say count your blessings. So now you think and count your blessings. So you get out of juvie. Now you getting of age, 17 years old. They study changing these laws and you can be tried as an adult. So now you're 21 now, and they got something in the system to where it's that if you 21, you considered adult, but if you had a juvenile case that you didn't get tried for, just so they can put that on your record, they'll have a 21-year-old inside of a juvenile facility for a case when he was a juvenile, just to have it on his record, which also happened to me as well. So I got banked from them trying to send me to Joliet, you know what I'm saying, to our prison system for a triple murder. They sent me back to the Adi home, which is juvie. We call it the Adi home, to the juvenile home, to where all these technicalities and shit that I was basically, I'm an adult. I shouldn't have been in a juvenile facility in the first place, because once you turn 17 in our juvie facility, you go straight, you know what I'm saying, you go straight to DOC, Department of Corrections. They bank you, St. Charles, Illinois. You go out there, you know what I'm saying, with the adults. Joliet, they call it Gladiator School. So now they send you from, so you do this time, I do this time in a juvenile facility. When they find out all this, he's an adult, they send me from there, the lawyers and everybody on top of it. Now I go to the county. Now I'm in Cook County jail under this same situation. And I run into one of my brothers. He was actually fighting 50 years. You know what I'm saying? He just came home like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He did 25 years straight.
Damn.
So you know what I'm saying? And me and him in there, he crying, what are you doing in here? Just listen, pay attention, chill out. So I'm telling him, because they got me in there on the no bond. I don't got no bond. You see what I'm saying? So I'm basically telling him, look, man, if I make bail, I ain't coming back. I'm gonna promise you that. I'm gonna promise myself that, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I said the only way I'm coming back anywhere, I'd rather go 6 feet under before I come back in this jail. And that was my whole thing, you know what I'm saying? And I just kept my nose clean, man, and stayed out the way. And you know, because they was calling me old dog in there. You know, if they seen the movie Menace to Society, they was calling me old dog. That was my nickname, because of course I had my braids and that's how I used to wear my hair. But the old heads, you know what I'm saying, they used to sit me down and make me read the dictionary from A to Z. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then of course, you know, the Mars Mariana is right here in my neighborhood. So Elijah Muhammad, Louis Farrakhan, our mosque is there. So in my projects, when I was younger, they used to send school buses to my projects. And every Sunday, so this is on the west side in the village. So they're sending these school buses. And we all get on the school bus, we come to the mosque and listen to the minister speak. Now, so the brothers, they had a party that used to go on, Lady of Our Sorrows out west, and it's church. It was in a church, but it was a club. They used to have a party on the weekends. So if you come listen to the speech on that Sunday, you get a ticket, and it was a free entry to the club. So one thing I loved about the minister, he always found a way to, just like how you said, how do you mesh the old with the young? He perfected that, because he knew that when y'all leave here, y'all gonna get this message and somebody gonna take something from what I'm saying. So, but y'all would rather come just hear my message just to get this ticket to come to this club for free. So when he do that, I used to use that as my ride as well, because once again, I'm over here with my mother and them in these projects on this west side, but then now I'm staying with my great grandmama on the east side. You see what I'm saying? And that's when I go to the mosque and I shake all my guys' hands. They go back west and I just walk up the block to the house. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, you know, so it was that. And like I said, once I came from under that situation, I vowed to not look back, man, you know, and I started loving my brothers, loving my sisters, you know what I'm saying, more than ever. You know, it was like my people couldn't do no wrong in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? But I know when I'm coming in contact with an ignorant person too, so I know how to deal with them. And me and you discussed this before, a family situation. You know what I'm saying, you had, you know, so when you in these ghettos, you dealing with people that's under all kind of influences and things of that nature. Now, basically my step grandfather, he was a drug and alcohol abuse counselor for 50 years. So I was always aware and hearing stories of him just me ear hustling, because this is something he had to do every day. You know what I'm saying? So how he would, you know, deal with those type of people under them circumstances, because himself being an addict before himself too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just like today, people will feel like, okay, how could you be a life coach? How could you be a motivational speaker if you haven't done the things that you telling us not to do? That's the wrong perception and thought to have. You see what I'm saying? Just because one have a conscious, clear mind and never been to the penitentiary, never been to juvie, and don't even have a record, you feel the need that this person can't tell you nothing. And you know, that's what we used to growing up. If it's a stepfather or a stepmother, first thing we say, you ain't my mama, you ain't my daddy.
Well, fuck you, know, you ain't been in these streets.
Exactly. And that's the wrong attitude to have. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, my way to go back to that record, knowing that none of them got along, but they all had one common factor. It was me. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Y'all don't get along with each other. Y'all will draw pistols on each other or want to shoot at each other, fight each other, whatever, if y'all see each other solo. But when it came to me, it's all love and it's respect. And they know it was vice versa from me. So to put them on the record, even if they little homies was gonna say, "Oh man, you on the record with them dudes," like I told them, blame me, cause I'm the one that done it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Blame me. I'm the one that done it. I come to any neighborhood, they know that I'm pulling up, and you know what I'm saying. And y'all tell me where I went wrong at. You see what I'm saying? Where did I go wrong? If I'm y'all OG, big homie, uncle, whatever I am to y'all, what am I doing that's wrong? Oh man, they killed our boy and this and that and whatever. And you know, the thing is, you don't think I was that same dumb shit in my generation? My generation. But now if you can see us, if you can see us now, that's my cut off.
Yeah.
I'm up 25 years straight. You know what I'm saying? But I'll call after the interview. But just like I'm saying, man, and that just touched me because like I told him, you know, once I got out of there, I wasn't coming back. You see
so this
what I'm
is
saying?
the exact person that you left in prison as a youth.
My brother, yeah. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So we was in the Cook County jail. You know what I'm saying? We was in Cook County jail. And we actually wind up being on the same deck, you know, and he was fighting a double, you know what I'm saying? And no, a triple and a single, you know, and man, just blessed, man, you know what I'm saying, to get over one, but then got banked on another one. And that's how he got the 50 for the solo, you know what I'm saying, and did 25 straight. So he home now and got his head on straight. You know, that's a long time behind that wall, man.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know with Jojo Capone that y'all don't know. A lot of street politics, you get those calls, and people, a lot of peace got brokered through you. A lot of shit got brokered through you because you know everybody, and you never was on the time like, yo, fuck that nigga. You know, if anybody reached out to you and say, yo, Jojo, you know such and such, I'm having an issue with him, I'm trying to dead that. You never was like, yo, that's your problem, I ain't got nothing to do with that. A lot of times you stuck your neck out and got involved in a lot of situations that didn't even concern you, didn't have nothing to do with you, and you still stuck your neck out. Why do you do that for your people?
And you know what? And I never questioned that, Doggie. I never questioned myself. I guess it was just God's will, brother, for real. I guess it was just God's will, because why do you do that? You see what I'm saying? Like, the first thing you taught is to mind your business, leave well enough alone. You know, all that old slavery mentality, man. You know what I'm saying? But like I tell people, I'm more on the Nat Turner side and more on the Malcolm X side. I ain't turning no other cheek, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen. So if I feel like you coming to me about this situation, then let me dictate this situation. So if it's before it got out of hand or whatever, I do the three-way call. I'm going to hear y'all out. I'm going to tell y'all where y'all going right. I'm going to tell y'all where y'all going wrong. But it's not worth the outcome that it could be. Now, if y'all do some snake shit or whatever, I done my part. You see what I'm saying? I'm not going to put you guys in the same room and y'all got four of y'all homeboys around the corner ready to come in and ambush the shit on my name. Like, well, that would never happen anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, that ain't going to happen. But it doesn't make sense what's going on. And then with social media now, I seen a young brother, you know, he was having some issues with another artist, and then he got murdered, and it's just all over Facebook, brains hanging out on the floor, you know, and it's like, damn, we can't even agree to disagree no more.
Yeah,
that got to be outcome. And it's because of the trolls on the internet and everybody with this credibility situation. Like, they willing to die for their credibility. That's the dumbest shit in the world. But we all thought that growing up because we associate that with respect.
Yeah.
But you get disrespected, your family get disrespected on a broader level all day, every day, and your ass ain't doing nothing about it. But soon as a guy around the corner or a sister next door do something disrespectful, you want to do the worst to them. Now, you know, you stuck in a systematic slavery and systematic racism, but your ass ain't in Washington. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get
Protest
these
or
laws
fight.
and
Yeah,
shit.
the laws passed. My computer, hopefully it don't do no sucker shit.
Right.
I seen it say it got to restart, but hopefully it don't restart. But I do plug that album one more again. If it does,
Talented Gangster.
out
Talented
now
Gangster.
on Tidal, Spotify, it's on everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. Tidal, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, everywhere, every streaming site.
Jojo Capone. So now that some people might say, yo, but you still calling yourself a gangster. I'm a gangster too. What is a gangster to you in 2017?
I mean, well, it's not so much of me running around talking about I'm no gangster. I run it when I introduce myself. I'm Jojo Capone. That's how I ain't. What's up? How you doing? I'm gangster. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. So you know what I'm saying? When I come, some people already got a preconceived notion of me or a thought process of me, and now they're allowing me to do what the penitentiary systems and the boards don't allow you to do, which is change your life.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? They're against you changing your life. That's why they want to keep you on this extensive probation, extensive home monitoring. They want to keep you on all this shit for so many years. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, if you don't trust your child, you're going to keep them on punishment for 10 years? Like, everything is extreme with us. You know, everything is extreme, man. So, you know, only thing I can say is you keep yourself out of that line of fire, and you don't have to worry about them in their system.
So right now, when we talk about Willie Lynch, like I said, it's the light versus the dark. We see a lot of colorism, even within hip hop. With a lot of the R&B singers, it's not a lot of dark skinned R&B singers. A lot of dark skinned rapper like 50 Cent might have been like the first dude to really like make it who was dark. The Willie Lynch shit is really real. As a people, as us, the consumers, the people who buy the music, the people who support the music, what could we change in our mentality about how we are supporting this shit? Because I think it's really us that's keeping this shit going. We need to cut a lot of shit out. We need to get off the youth back, give them the proper guidance. So try to understand them. And the youth has to learn that they could trust us older dudes, because a lot of them feel like we failed, like that they feel like we failed them. So they don't got to listen to us.
Or not so much failed them, hating on them.
Got you.
It's like when y'all was 17, I'm sure y'all mothers and grandparents didn't agree to what y'all was doing, but y'all still done it.
Yeah.
So that's why I use a hashtag rebellious generation, because that's what we dealing with, and that's who we are. I'm a part of the rebellious generation. You tell me I can't do something, I'm doing it. You see what I'm saying? So I sympathize with them all the time. That's why I'm always, man, I get so many heartfelt DMs and inboxes that it's amazing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm making my business. I don't care if it's 1,000 of them a day. I respond to as many as possible, and I come back prior, days at a time, until you see what I'm saying, reach the bottom, you know, of whoever sent a message. I respond to them. Even with producers, when a producer send me a track, like I tell them, if you send it to me, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna reply to it, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, what you can change. You know, I'm gonna crack my joke. I'm gonna say I'm gonna get my Puff Daddy on and get co-producer if I tell you to add some bells and whistles.
yeah. Needs more cowbell. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Take that. You know,
yeah.
Oh, co-producer. So you know, I'm only one person, man, and I just explain that to everybody. I'm only one person. It's only so much I can do, and I do more than enough. You know,
how can we get our little before that? How can we get our little homies off these fucking drugs, man? They on this shit bad. Like Turk is telling you. Shout out to Turk. It's telling you, listen, man, that heroin shit got me, man. That shit ain't cool. BG was telling you, A lot of the Pimp C might have died for complications of lean drinking. DJ Screw, they're telling it, the stories is already being told. What happens, what the end result is. How could we get the little homies off these drugs like this, man? Because they on them bad. They doing shit that, look, I could have a headache and don't even want to take a Tylenol. These motherfuckers is sniffing pills, eating pills for and just to get high. How could we get them off these drugs, man?
Well, for one, like I think brother Dr. Umar Johnson was saying about the schooling systems and how the parents are allowing this systematic racism plague their children. All of a sudden, your child is diagnosed with ADD and all of this, and the parent don't even do the due diligence on it to check into it to say, oh, well, if the doctor said it, it must be true, like as if a doctor is not invested into big pharma. You know what I'm saying? So it's his duty to, and he's able to hide and be shielded by the government to allow them to sell you these things. Then why is all the pills they selling, all these medications they selling, why do they all have a
opiates
side effect?
Yeah,
like
opiates.
What is that about? You think of a medicine to cure the issue you having, but it's curing one issue and harm and creating another one. So, I was watching Dr. Oz yesterday and he was speaking on that, saying something about that. So everybody's surprised they got his show still going.
So
they surprised that Big Pharma ain't deal with everything in their business to shut him down. Just like the late great Dr. Sabi and the rest of the good medicine men and women that we have.
Could you take us into Chicago? For us that don't know, I'm from the borough. I'm in Brooklyn. You got a crib in Brooklyn. You got a crib all over fucking New York.
Yeah.
What is it like out there? Because the media portrays one thing, and I always ask you this, and you kind of say the same thing all the time. But I'm hoping sometime you tell me something is different. Is it really that bad?
I mean, if you're looking at it and they saying 100 and something shootings in one single day, that means that's 100 and some odd different guns carrying out these acts. So it's martial law all over again. So you would think Chicago was a gun state like New Orleans and Florida and all that, when it's not. With the worst gun laws, getting caught with them, a mandatory 10 years. And you know what I'm saying? So you would think if y'all done gave a mandatory 10 years getting caught with a gun, you would think nobody would. It's like a bluff. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bluff game. But because of the mentality of everybody running around, it's like they rather get caught with it than without. Nobody want to be the victim.
Rather be judged by 12 and carried by 6.
Right. And that's really the life and times of today. Like, I'd rather get caught with mine than without it, because I'd be damned to let somebody just jump out while I'm at the gas station, tell me to strip naked, and gonna take my belongings and all that. Even though the belongings is not worth your life, so you should just strip naked and give them that shit and get out of there or whatever. But that Zulu warrior in you from your ancestors, it won't allow you to cower out like that. You know what I'm saying? For some people. And some gonna try to reach for the gun. Some startled, you know what I'm saying? And it can go a different way. Or you basically just gotta kill them before you take their shit. So now, anything they putting on this trigger man conscience, because he really probably only came to rob. But now that he had to shoot, now he panicking, he nervous, he scared, this shit then escalated. You see what I'm saying? Then to show you they minds ain't thinking, they got cameras everywhere. So if people carrying out these acts in front of the cameras and it's on the news all the time, they watching First 48, they watching the internet, they seeing that it's cameras everywhere and y'all still carrying out these acts, something mentally ain't right. So it's either y'all putting some shit in these foods, in these sodas, and these drinks,
and that weed.
You know what I'm saying? Something.
Yeah. Did you see the joint? I think it was three little boys in your city where some dude was riding past in a car, fucking with them. They look like they was about 8, 9 years old. One of them had a strap. It's really like that out there?
Yeah, hell yeah. That was us. See, that's not nothing new to me. That was us. That was me all day long. That was me all day long. You see what I'm saying? Like, my family is really with the shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, my grandmothers and my aunties, we couldn't leave the house without a 2-shot Dillinger. Remember the Dillingers?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shit, they wasn't playing that shit. This is what I'm saying. Certain families, you know, you had that Black Panther background. You had them GD and Black P. Stone, Vice Lord. You got that type of background in your family. So they already with that shit. So it's like, we know what you up against. We're not going to send you out there to be a victim. So everybody is living to not be a victim. Just like if you're in Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? You can be in Atlanta. You can't even really parking lot pimp it, kicking in the parking lot, because if one shit pop off in the corner, you look around, it's 1,000 guns up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because them gun sticks. The chicks got pink 9mm and 380s. You see what I'm saying? So you don't. So me being in them type of towns, you always got to be cautious because this shit ain't sweet. And I tell people that all the time. You go to these cities and you think that, you know, shit's sweet, and it's not. If you in New Orleans and they on bourbon all day long, drinking hurricanes and shit, they ain't in their right frame of mind. You see what I'm saying? Or you in Florida and, you know, they've been having the biggest pill bus rings going on. Now they out there on all type of, what was that shit? That salt?
Flocka or some shit like that. Bath salt.
Flocka and all this shit, you know. Right. So you doing all kind of wild shit and consuming all type of wild shit, and y'all in a gun state. So it's normal that you walking around with a strap on you. But now you off Flocka with this strap on you. So now you thinking real life is Grand Theft Auto around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like shit crazy, man. So that's why I encourage people, don't fuck with nobody, because you never know what's on a person's mind. You never know what a person going through.
And the average black man and woman is a fucking ticking time bomb just based off society and all the shit that's going on. We on edge any fucking way. But what we really need to do is refocus and rededicate some of that energy from the negative of the people that look like you, and don't put it against anybody. Put that shit and reinvest into yourself and say, what am I doing wrong? How am I? Because see, look, it's like this. You got, if you out in the street and a bus go past, you know the bus blow all types of fuck ass smoke out the end of it. You don't sit there and inhale the bus smoke. You cover your shit. We have to start learning how to, when shit is coming our way, how to deal with it. And I think we don't have good coping mechanisms, because everything that hits us affects us so negatively. And I'm like, yo, I just put on Facebook just now, yo, y'all be worried about, y'all care too much about the wrong shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do you care so much about that if it don't affect what's going on in your home life, your family, or even in your surroundings? Why you care so much about what's going on with other people? Me and you could talk about so much shit. We build on shit like this. We could talk about what's going on and hip hop and all that shit. We don't never talk about that shit.
Yeah,
that's just never. Yeah, that's not our conversation. We never talk about that shit. I don't call you
trying to fix our communities, man.
That's what I'm saying, because I know you know a lot of these dudes. You know I know a lot of these dudes. I could hit you and say, we never got on camera and say, yo, what's going on? Not unless it was the moment dealing with you. Then we might talk about, but we don't sit around and just gossip about other shit that don't fucking concern us. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care about that shit. That shit does not matter to me. We're at a point right now where the Willie Lynch shit, and they're using hip hop to make us go against each other. That's why we're talking about this. They're using hip hop to say don't listen to the old dudes. But everybody over 40 is the millionaires, close to billionaires, the Dr. Dre's, the Diddy's, the 50s, the Jay-Z's, the Eminems. Those dudes is over 40, over 42, 43 years old. So how could you say fuck the old dudes when you should be aspiring to be like them. What did Jay-Z say? You'd rather be the old rich me or the new broke you. You know, you know what I'm saying? When you look at people
and then even with the DJs play a big part too, man, because the DJs were known to break artists' music. It was always a partnership between the artist and the DJ. The DJ here records, they didn't have to meet the artist or nothing. And they knew if they liked, if they heard the music or they played the music by request, they would do so. Nowadays on the radio, you know, the payola and the monopoly of the industry is just disgusting. You know what I'm saying? Like every DJ want to be Khaled now. You know what I'm saying? And before that, they all wanted to be Enough, you know, and these guys, you know, but I feel like it'd be greed, you know, because if you're getting paid by the company you working for, if you're getting paid by the radio station already, why are you trying to charge artists that you know don't have the money? Yeah. You're trying to charge them money to play that shit because you know they thinking if they get their music heard on the radio, they can eventually get a record deal and eventually help their families. So if you know that we're plagued with all this violence in our neighborhood, and this is why I always lash out at DJs all the time. I don't kiss their ass and the program directors neither. And the reason I do that is because if you playing my music and you know I have the right intentions on, if I get $10 million from Interscope or Def Jam or whoever, you know for a fact, because you know me, that I'm going to take 100 people out of these neighborhoods. I'm going to take 10 from this one, 5 from that one, 6 from that one. You know what I'm saying? And if I got all their ass on the road in all these different cities, throwing t-shirts off the stage or passing out CDs or whatever, that's keeping 100 people that could have been doing wrong to the neighborhoods. That's keeping them with a mind frame. So now they can come back and spill that on to the next 100 and the next 100. So you ask yourself, do they really care that these kids are killing themselves? Of course they don't. Because the only outlet that a felon has at this moment is hip hop. Yeah. For real, for real. You know what? A felon getting turned away everywhere. You know, the 13th Amendment and all that, his ass basically don't even exist. A felon ain't even existing. You know, so that's why I don't understand the laziness of nobody, because if you go to jail and you got to do a strenuous 8-hour job and you getting 15 cents an hour, and if you don't work that job, they putting you in a hole. Now the government know of these things and they're allowing this shit to happen. So it's living, so it's kind of like, it's really crazy for the conscious mind as well. That shit stressed me out. You know what I'm saying? I'd be stressed like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
so you don't want to get up. You have your freedom and you don't want to get up because it's not enough pay. So you'll risk your freedom for nothing and then go to jail where they're going to make you work for 15 cents. One dime.
And if you don't.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're going to go in the hole. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand, like the guys you mentioned before, the Magic Johnsons and Oprahs and all them. We all aware that, okay, people try to help the people in Haiti, right? Now, I was just watching, I posted a documentary about it on my Facebook about Haiti, how there's guys in prison over in a prison system that been in jail for 10 years and they ain't even been to court.
Wow.
So it's like, so the BBC or whoever, you know, when they come dig into this shit, CNN and all that, but even when they bring awareness to it, I don't never hear the outcome though. You see what I'm saying? Like, even because it was like a cell, some by something foot cell. And instead of it being 3 people in the cell, it's 16 people in the cell.
Yeah, some of them countries be having like 40 dudes in a cell. Like you actually taking a piss of shit with somebody on you.
And then the slop, you know what I'm saying? The slop that they was being fed. And it's just like, okay, we know about the earthquakes and this and that and this and that. And all the money that was donated and then the government was stealing it and taking it or whatever. We understand that. So with that being said, with the monies y'all have, how come you guys can't come with a construction company of your own or the construction companies from over there, build up these communities? You see what I'm saying? And create a community instead of letting them live in ruins like that. I couldn't be no billionaire doing that. I couldn't do it. And even though I hear a Facebook guy, you know, that his wife is into that field, and I'm sure they do a lot of donations, but it ain't all the way about the donating. You have to go and watch and see that it's being done.
Donated.
Just like
yeah,
like with Katrina happened, and you seen Usher down there with the hard hats, and you know what I'm saying, and seen them building it. Do it in that manner, so that way you're not worried about sending it to some fund and they stealing the money and shit. You know what I'm saying? Go to these places. You can go get on your private jet, take your crew, and build it up. You know what I'm saying? You know, not for nothing, you're gonna have Irish, you're gonna have Mexican, you're gonna have blacks that will go. You see what I'm saying? And other people as well. But you know, you for damn sure know them three. You know you're gonna have some black carpenters, you're gonna have some Irish carpenters, and you damn sure gonna have some Mexican carpenters. So if you get a crew of them, they can be building, even you want to do 16 to 30 unit buildings, or you see what I'm saying, some kind of warehouses and like a barrack type style. You know what I'm saying, like some army barrack type shit. Even if you got to do it like that, set up little beds in a big ass open thing, but you know what I'm saying, get them people some shelter, man. You know, we using solar power and all that now, so you ain't spending that much money.
Let me ask you something.
You know,
let me ask you something. I want to go in another direction, and this is Willie Lynch on a whole different scale. And this is not well, it is coming from the massive. What do you think about what's going on in hip hop right now, where it seems like the corporations is pushing a lot of the black men, the black youth, to be very, very effeminate? They're pushing them to wear the lipstick, the dresses, and do their hair all types of funny ways and shit like that. And then the shit about it is that if you tease him and call him gay or something like that, he will kill you.
Crime. Yeah, kill you or hate crime.
Where you think that shit is coming from? Because there's a lot of that shit going on right now.
I mean, it's a fashion statement, man. It's a fad, man. It's a fad. You know what I'm saying? It's like, even with these actors, you know, Will Smith's son and all this, like, you know, you acting like you're that understanding that I can do this and sympathize with you guys and this and that. Now, this is my take with that. Because you hear a lot of these stories. First thing you hear a lot of them say, oh, I was molested as a child. Now, we all know being molested is something that was taught to us that would be a wrongful thing. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So if you're molested, that means you don't like something. You don't like that. So if you've been molested by a man and you're a little boy, you mean to tell me you must have liked it then? You see what I'm saying? Because you're going to stray your sense, your everything about you are going to push you away from that. So you should become the most loving husband. Excuse me. You should become the most loving husband, strong-willed father. You see what I'm saying? The ultimate man. You see what I'm saying? That overcame something that drastic as a child that you could push back in your mind if possible. Forget that shit, act like it never happened, and move on with your life. If you run to that, man, you got an issue. Like, I got an issue with that person. I got an issue with a person that's been violated, and then he turns to what him or she was violated in. Like,
and then start doing it to others.
That's not common sense to me.
Yeah,
that's not common sense. You
yes.
know, if I mean, it's the simplest thought. Like, if you smack a person then they smack you back. You don't want to get smacked no more. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but now all of a sudden, I'm going to jump in the boxing ring now. You see what I'm saying? So if I didn't like getting smacked, I'm not going to pick slap boxing fights every other hour. You know, like, come on, man. Because what I'm trying to do, be a pro at getting smacked, or you see, like, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. So I ain't gonna never understand that. And I'm not going for that I was born that way shit. No, if you was born a girl, you'd have been a girl.
and your DNA says you're not. So you can do whatever the fuck you want. You cannot change your DNA. I'm sorry.
Like I'm gonna keep saying, that's a learned behavior. It's a learned behavior. You know what I'm saying? It's a learned behavior. You learn that shit, and you like it, then you indulge in it. Other than that, because society, the Bible and all that tell you it's a sin and this and that, but whatever, man. Like, I don't know.
But reason why I'm saying this, because it seems like they're using the music again as a tool to promote certain agendas and certain shit. The feminization of the black man, the pill using, the weed smoking, the over sexual. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love women. You love women, but that shit don't consume me. It's not a part of my everyday life. I don't have to say, yo, I just got some ass yesterday, or yo, I'm about to go get my dick sucked. I'm about to do this and do that. But everybody believes that they have to do that based off of what society is pushing on them via the love and hip hops, via everything that's going on. They think that everything is sexual. It's cool to be bisexual. It's cool to, like, everything is a fad, like you said. But then once you wake up and you say, damn, I've been used and abused, then they discard you. And that's what we're trying to tell you. Because somebody from your city, they promoted Keith. You know what I'm saying? They put Keith out there. Keith was like the first of the youth to really go out there. Then they started saying, well, Keith ain't really 100% right. He got Asperger. He got certain shit. But look at all the so-called messages that he put out there. He got to the money. Then the big company said, we ain't fucking with him no more. You understand what I'm saying? To where he can't even go to Chicago no more. And that's where you from. You know what I'm saying? But they prop you up. They put you up with all these messages that you into. And it might be some shit that you about and you living, but then they discard you to where he's not on Interscope anymore. They get rid of you. So now how are you supposed to survive now once the big corporations pull back from you?
I mean, you go independent for one. You see, like even Jay said, you motherfuckers still trying to get record deals. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He like, y'all still trying to get record deals? Like, you got the internet. You don't have to fuck with them. Fuck the radio and everybody else. Like with me, they don't want to play my shit. Who gives a fuck? I got all type of internet. We can do Doggie Diamond, all kind of platforms that I can get my music heard. I can post my shit on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. That's way more than enough Twitter people can hear my shit. So why am I getting bent out of shape if the radio not playing my shit? It's that it factor. That's the following the Joneses. That's what it's all about. Like, oh, this rapper is on MTV, this rapper on BT, and if you a rapper and you not on it, it sends a message that
you're not popping. Yeah, you're not popping.
And that's what it's all about. So you have a lot of these kids that's getting sucked into this bullshit, whether they doing gay acts, performing gay acts or whatever with these executives to get on. You know what I'm saying? And that shit been going on from beginning of times. You know what I'm saying? The thing with the brother Africa Bambaataa came out. You know, that was a stab in the heart to the hip hop culture and many others. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's like we've been dealing with this for the longest, and I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. I try to understand it, but hell no. I'm gonna speak to them. If I see some kids that I know, two girls kissing, and I'm gonna ask them what was different from kissing her and kissing this boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. If I'm indulging in a conversation, other than that, it don't. You know, I'm gonna walk past it. Or I see it, and it's like, but I don't want my child, because now you having 6-year-olds asking you, oh, that's not right. It's the right or wrong factor. You know what I'm saying? Like, those two guys are kissing. Daddy, that's not right. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm telling her, you don't kiss no little boys until you 21 years old, that can turn her to say, okay, well, you got to be specific about everything today.
Don't kiss nobody.
Like,
yeah, don't kiss
nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. And I was telling one of my partners, like, he had posted his daughters on a picture in the sink, you know what I'm saying, taking a little bath. Now, it was a cute picture overall, but I told him, I say, bro, take that shit down because you have predators on here. You see what I'm saying? You have predators on here that'll be screenshotting your daughter's pictures, jerking off to them shits. That was the first thing that came to my mind. So the love that I have for him and his children, I'm like, bro, take them down. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was overprotective over them as if they was my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, them little pictures is not cute in today's society anymore, you know, because of the type of weirdos that we dealing with. All this children, what they call it, children trafficking and all that.
Yeah, child sex rings and shit like that. But you know what's funny though? When we bring up me and Ali Vegas did an extensive interview talking about this, and I talked about this with Choke No Joke and various other people. They always say that we making shit up. This shit don't exist. People who ain't successful always want to talk about something that's gay or this pedophile shit. That shit really don't happen. Jojo Capone, how many? Well, you ain't got to put all your business out there, but how many? Jojo Capone is not unsuccessful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want people to know that, like, you know, he owns homes in several different states. Well, just look at his IG. Just look at his IG. He travels more than the fucking president all around the world. You was in Africa for how long? You went to the continent for how long?
Which times? I've been so
recently. With the last time you went, I think you was out there. You was out there actually helping the people get water in the town, right?
Yeah.
Talk about that. Talk about
that's in Ethiopia. Now, see stuff like that, because if you remember, I'm doing a video, but I was like, I felt uncomfortable doing a video because I'm not doing it for shock value, but I have to show it to show a Oprah Winfrey or Magic Johnson or any of them that it's cool to give our people water. You know what I'm saying? If you got a few dollars, y'all got way more money that I can even imagine having at this moment. And I'm taking my little coins and, you know what I'm saying, willing to invest and do this for the people that have lights, or how Akon went and done what he done. They don't speak on that no more. They swept that shit under the rug. You see what I'm saying?
So Jojo Capone, you know, I seen on your IG, he was in Ethiopia making sure the town had water with his money. And you don't got no $10 million record deal. You're not on MTV. You're not on BET. You ain't in no award show. But you went that. You done been to Egypt. You done been all over the continent, home, doing for our people. But you're the ones that society wants to say, stay the fuck away from. He's a felon.
Right.
He did this, he did that. Stay the fuck away from him. He's the problem.
But that
go ahead.
But that's what I was just telling you about, that they don't want you to recreate yourself. They don't want you to learn from your mistakes. You see what I'm saying? They don't want you to learn from your mistakes. So when you learn from your mistakes, your passion is so strong. How your passion was so strong to do negative, once your passion is that strong to do positive, it's amazing. You know, and people can't help but to see it. They can't help but to acknowledge it. They can't help but to, you know, so it's like, even though you do have social media, and like I post boxes, I had boxes of True Religion jeans and all this that I was going on, like on skid roads and side of the expressway, and the people that's homeless out there, and giving them that shit. And people know them pants $300 a fucking pair. You know, a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or any of my sneakers, my shit $200 and shit, just workout shoes. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm giving away something, I ain't giving them no $5 shoe. You see what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, and my shit gonna be clean, washed. It probably came from the cleaners or whatever. But I just have a thing every year or 2 years, I'll switch my whole closet out. So these people got still barely fairly new stuff. So I had to start telling myself, okay, maybe I need to scale down from the Gucci and the Louis and all this shit, you know, and just stick with the Adidas and Reebok or Puma or Fila, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That way, due to the fact I'm giving my shit away so often, you see what I'm saying? I can save and scale back a little bit and save a little more money instead of going to buy a $700 t-shirt that I'm gonna be giving away in less than 4 months, less than 8 months or so, and I probably only wear the shit twice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I catch myself forcing myself wearing clothes because I know I'm about to give the shit away, and I'm thinking like, damn, I just spent, you know what I'm saying, this amount on it. So to see the same thing you spending on shoes and all that, and you can spend 3,000 to 5,000 on a water well in Africa, I'd rather do that.
All right. So you saying that to say, yeah, you could get fly cheaper shit and still be fly, but some of the money that you would have spent on the more fake ass high end shit for the name, you
said, who are you wearing this shit for? The girls wearing workout shit all year round.
Leggings and shit, right? $5 for rainbow.
Man, they shit probably under $100 the whole outfit, but we breaking our back to running Gucci and Louis to impress this same woman. Hell no. So it's like I say, once you become conscious of shit, you change, you know. So now I'm gonna wear sweats every fucking day and a baseball shirt every day too. You see what I'm saying? Like, fuck all that, you know, because who are we attracting around here? Like, so, you know, my thing, man, coming from the projects and living in all these ghettos and gutters, I just feel like shit. I know how it is to be in the house with no water. I know how to be in the house with no electricity. I know how to be with the electricity off, so the food spoil. You ain't got shit in there to eat. I know that feeling. You know what I'm saying? So when I go somewhere, I'm right at home, because a lot of people like, damn, I just left Cuba. I just got back from Cuba like 2-3 days ago. And they like, you outside at midnight in the dark in the projects where they tell the tourists not to come. I ain't no fucking tourist. I'm at home.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
As long as I see my
I'm at home. When I'm in Africa, when I'm in wherever the fuck I'm at, and it's my people, I'm at home. Ain't no fear, man. You know, that's some TV shit. That's the news.
That Willie Lynch teaching us to be afraid of our people.
But in Cuba, shit, you can't drink the fucking water in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yep. So you see what I'm saying? Like, you telling me on this pamphlet or whatever, bring your own water, don't drink their water, don't eat their food, take all these fucking malaria pills and all this old shit. But you keep getting outbreak discovered over in America, though. Somebody ain't doing their job right then.
Facts.
Zika, you ain't heard shit else about Zika. Zika was all this during the Olympics. You ain't heard shit else about Zika.
Yeah, swine flu. Where's swine flu at? You know what I'm saying? Where all the shit that they was telling us that exists and stay out of. They was telling black people, don't go to Africa because they got Ebola. When the Chinese went out there and spent billions and built all types of motherfucking high-tech shit, and they own the continent now, but was telling us don't go home. And we listened because of Ebola.
That was the purpose. You know what I'm saying? They put the propaganda out there. And now in certain parts, again, go back to Dr. Umar, where he said that they have Mandarin as a language now taught.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, after all, they always said we Asiatic black men. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know, you could damn near walk across the water to Asia from Africa. So it's like, I already know that we all, you know, descendants of Africa. We all come from basically the first man of civilization was discovered right there in Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? So I know that. So I could never be racist is what I'm saying. There's only one race, the human race, you know, and its reasons for these pale skinned people that still have African blood is because of back in them days when them Africans traveled and produced in them cold climates with no sun. That's what you came up with. You see what I'm saying? So I'm smart enough to know that. But I like to go back and forth with the dialogue with you and I was always trying to get on the other brother's page. On his what's the brother that was having the debates with the pharaohs and all those guys?
It's about Sonetta.
Sonetta, yeah, the Sonetta TV. Like I enjoyed that so much. I don't even see that on the internet no more.
Yeah, he just started like getting back on it because they was just into too much shit. So I kind of fell back from a lot of shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I fell back a lot of shit. I mean, at the end of the day, it's different theories about where white people come from. But I do know that they fucked up. You know what I'm saying? We can't agree about that.
Yeah, of course. But see, but once again, that's why I say the best piece of information thus far, visually, is Hidden Colors, hands down. The whole volume 1 through 4, hands down. That's the best. That's the best body of work that an average person can grasp a hold to and help them a whole lot in life. Because, as they say, everything is scientifically speaking. So scientifically speaking, first man from civilizations was discovered in Africa, and what they call a Lucy, the woman, the first, the woman, Lucy, that I saw the bones and everything in the museum. The museums is amazing over there in Ethiopia too. And so to see all of that, everybody is descendants from there. So there's no way around it. I don't care. What happened was, like they said, when they went to them ice ages, they trained a thought to survive and live was to hunt. So if we in Africa with fruits and juices and berries over here in Africa and there's clean water, we didn't have to hunt anything, because we basically was vegan.
Yeah.
But when we travel across the globe, and once we start traveling and hitting these cold climates, now we have to live off the land. So we killing fish, and now they turning into killers, basically. You know what I'm saying? They savages now. So that's their mind frame. That's why you like, damn, why was Europe so savagery? Why was the savagery like that? Because that's how they had to survive.
Let me ask you something, and I want to cut you on one thing. Somebody said, hold on, let me block somebody out of the chat because I just got stalkers in this motherfuckers. I'll be trying to ignore these motherfuckers, but it's a lot of stalkers. Let me say something because I do want to. Somebody said something inside of the chat, and they said Jojo. Bobby Norris said Jojo, stay pro-black because all that gang banging shit is cooning. I wanted to say something because I like to defend a lot of my street organizations. Gang banging is not cooning. Gang banging street organizations is not cooning. It started as love moments for a bunch of brothers who are from the same neighborhood. You see this hat I'm wearing? This has nothing to do with the football team. This is some gang shit. My neighborhood, you know what I'm saying? Something that I was a part of, something that I'm a part of for life. The Raiders, Biggie was a Raider. But gang banging, being active in the street, doing dumb shit is different between being a part of something that's a brotherhood. No different from somebody joining a fraternity, which I would never join or nothing like that because that's some Greek weirdo shit. But I'm just saying, it's a brotherhood. That's what a lot of the gang activity started as. The Panthers was considered as a gang. The Nation of Islam is considered as the gang. The Nation of Gods and Earth was considered as a gang. It's the activity that makes it gang culture as far as what you're doing and the wrong thing. But it started out as brothers just going under a title, under a block, under this is the street we're on, so we're these boys. That's how it started. Now, when the shooting and the drug dealing and all that shit started, that's when it became some gang shit. But before it was some gang activity type shit, it was just a bunch of brothers chilling together, going under a title. Just the same way as if you are part of the Cleveland Cavaliers, you are part of a gang. You are part of that team. You understand what I'm saying? You rock the colors, you rock the paraphernalia. Everything that you do has something to do with the Cleveland Cavaliers. You understand what I'm saying? So if the Cleveland Cavaliers leave the club and go out and start beating motherfuckers up, then that's some gang activity shit. So it's a difference. But they classify three or two or three black dudes standing on the fucking corner is a gang. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gotta stop disrespecting. I got love for all my Crip brothers, all my blood brothers, all my BDs, all my GDs, all my Vice Lords, all my Latin Kings, all my Nietas, all of them. And I might even have issues with some different individuals from all those organizations. But on the whole, I don't knock it because the inception of what Blood stand for, the inception of what Crips stand for, what GD got turned into to growth and development, it got switched from being a bunch of knuckleheads doing dumb shit, because it didn't start like that. It got turned into that. Once they put the crack cocaine into our neighborhoods, once they started dropping off the guns into our neighborhoods. So a lot of people, we got to stop disrespecting our brothers in the streets that's a part of these street organizations, because some of them, that's the only family they got. Some of them don't got no mothers and fathers. Some of their mothers and fathers is deceased or in the system or drug abusers. So all they had was the gang to turn to, where they was going to go get some food, where they was going to go get some fucking clothes, where they was going to go have a place to stay. The big homie might have said, yo, you can stay here. I'm going to feed you. I'm going to make sure you get some clothes. I'm going to do that. So how could we diss people who, for loving their family? You understand what I'm saying? So how could we diss people for loving their family? So that's why I'm not hard on the gang members. That's why I'm not hard on the street organizations, because I know what it's like to be a part of something. And my cousin, my first cousin that y'all see all the time, is the leader of the Raiders. You understand what I'm saying? We having a Raider reunion in August. You understand what I'm saying? And that's where I'm going to go see all my brothers I haven't seen in 10 years. Some of them have been locked up. Some of them is just coming home. Some of them are deceased. This is where we all going to get together and say, damn, I ain't seen you in a while. Let's cook out. Let's have fun. Now, is Doggie Diamond's an ignorant gang member? Hell fucking no. But when it comes to this, the 88 precinct know what it is. I've been in the book since I was 12. You understand what I'm saying? Some of us been in the book. They classified us since we was young. You understand what I'm saying? But I don't like when people be dissing the gangs and shit. I don't like that, man. Like, that shit kind of really bothers me. And I don't like to call them coons. I don't like to call them ignorant. I don't like to call any of that shit. Your activity is what makes you ignorant, not what you're a part of. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't mind that. You know, usually those are some people that don't have no knowledge of it for real, and they just know saying the first thing. Like Granny always taught me, think before you speak. My mama said the same, think before you speak. So you just got a lot of quick speakers, man. They don't think before they speak, so it don't bother me. Whatever he's saying, cool, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I've been the first person that always denounced a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And knowing the transition from gangster disciple to growth and development. And once again, when we spoke on change, when them guys wanted to go from gangster disciple to growth and development and start getting into the political party, then the feds come crashing down, dismantling, sending everybody to federal prison for life sentences only because they was getting involved with the government now. So what do? They come and dismantle them. And that's why you have the ills of the streets right now in Chicago, because these children, fathers, uncles, grandfathers, great-grandfathers are incarcerated or dead.
And a lot of times,
so it's like,
yeah, and a lot of times what people don't understand is that the dudes that was on the corners, you know, because I was one of them, we ain't let no fucking old ladies get robbed in our neighborhood. We ain't let no kids get touched. We ain't let motherfuckers shoot no guns in the air. We ain't even let motherfuckers sell drugs and shit on our block. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we were about. Like, hold up, this is our fucking hood. And there's a saying, never shit where you eat. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm out here eating, meaning literally we're out here on the block, we don't want no fucking police activity coming over here because you want to rob some old lady and then now they want to come fuck with us. You understand what I'm saying? And that always been sucker shit to rob an old lady. You understand what I'm saying? That always been sucker shit to pick on an old man. That always been sucker shit to fucking to sell drugs to your mama and all that shit. We didn't condone that shit. You always was ostracized and called motherfucker. You was always called a sucker for doing certain shit and got kicked in your ass. If you touched the kid, if you raped a lady, you got your ass whipped or your hand. I mean, it's shit that I can't even talk about, but you got dealt with. That's what the street organizations was founded off of. When they started putting us in situations where we was like, yo, we gotta eat. Then again, with the Willie Lynch, they started pitting us against each other and start saying, well, y'all Crips and they Crips, but fuck them because they from a different block. Even though y'all all go under the same banner, y'all all took the same oath, y'all all got the same lessons, y'all all got the same OGs. That's when that shit started happening. So people got to understand, again, back to the Willie Lynch, it's a lot of shit that changed us going against each other when we all was under the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So when the Crips, when the Black P Stones, when the Bloods come from the Black P Stones, when the Crips come from the Panthers, it all derives from something. Bastards of the Party, watch that documentary. They teaching you. You understand what I'm saying? They're teaching you. So a lot of times it's not about corporate America told you that little dudes get up and fucking just get up and say I'm a gang member and I show guns. That's not what that shit was about. It was about going in the community, giving out fucking food, going to the homeless shelters, feeding the homeless. That's what a lot of the gang members was doing. You understand what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people was doing. Policing their own neighborhoods. When the crack shit hit, people don't. We got to do a whole show on that shit because they don't understand. When that crack hit us, man, that shit turned our whole being as people fucked up in every community. That shit affected. I seen some of the biggest, strongest men turn into puny ass weaklings behind crack. I seen some of the most beautiful black women turn into zombies, to walkers behind that crack shit. And that was done to us on purpose. They admitted that they did that shit. But instead of blaming the people who did it, they like to blame the victims. You understand what I'm saying? And
they use the higher ups to do it. The CIA, DEA, everybody was involved with that shit. Oliver North and all that shit with Freeway Ricky Ross.
And they
was doing that shit.
And they told you, well, we did this shit to y'all. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. So no penalties. No penalties for the government, though. That shit crazy, man.
This is what I'm saying, but we got to be penalized. Oh, gang members are stupid. How? Some of us, this all they got. Some dudes don't have no family.
That's like for us and a lot of other places in the world. If everybody, like we do this peace talks like this, they don't want to hear these peace talks because if that's putting them out of a job. You know what I'm saying? If everybody put the guns down, you see what I'm saying, and stop crime and all of this and that, the police don't have a job.
Mm-hmm.
If you really think about it, if there's no crime going on, no budget for them. So they get desperate. They create fake wars. They'll be the ones killing rivals in the neighborhood and shit. You know what I'm saying? Orchestrating this. They've been doing that since I was a child. You would think it's the rivals coming through killing, and it's the police doing this shit.
And you done spoke before in a different live stream of them coming, dropping off guns in the hood. How the fuck is little kids in Chicago got a big ass AR-16 motherfucker SK? Where the fuck they getting that from? And those are government made weapons. You can't, you know what I'm saying?
Not only government made only for the government, but should be protected by the government, stored away by the government. But this shit ends up in Woodlawn area of Chicago. Come on, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We're blaming the victims, and what we're doing, you know, through dialogues like this. We trying to tell y'all, I got scars all over my body from being in wars, doing this dumb shit out here. You know what I'm saying? And my cousin, we always like to say, yo, y'all should be happy some of us is not out here doing dumb shit because we was a part of the problem. But now that I'm trying to,
which that's what I just put on the post. I captioned it. I think I said, if you fuck with me, drop the 100 up under it. I said, because I can easily be out. I say the devil is always on my shoulder, whispering in my ear, telling me to get him. I said, if you know me, I can easily be out here harming somebody or what have you. But if I choose to change my life and pursue music, you motherfuckers that's near to me should be the first ones rooting for me, because you pray to me now. You see what I'm saying? If I'm left with no option, that's how it is in the jungle. You gonna survive. So you know what I'm saying? And I put that under the post, and then I posted something else that I think I said, if you was born before 83, you were addict, baby. And if you after that, you gay or something like that. But it was a post that I seen somebody else post, and I just reposted it. But the shit was the truth. It was so accurate. It was super accurate, because the 30 from 40 down, from 40 or 50 years old down, motherfuckers is indulging in some kind of drug.
Yeah.
And after that, it's all this gay shit you saying you see. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna make me. Everybody deserve to be respected, but you're not gonna just force me or tell me I have to respect this gay couple and all. No, we gonna be cordial. They can go their way. I'm gonna stay my way. You know how everybody feel like they can't voice their opinion, the LGBT, whatever community and all this. Man, I'm not trying to recite that. I don't like, come on, man. It's men and women. We gonna reproduce and keep life going, and that's that. That's your personal preferences. I have gay aunts. I probably got some gay uncles or anything. I don't know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't indulge in it. Like, if I have a gay cousin and her name Lisa, she not gonna make me call her Leroy. Like, that ain't gonna happen. Like, I'm not doing all that. My uncle named Felix, I'm not calling him Felicia, man. That's not gonna happen.
Facts.
You can be who you want to be, cool, fine. But just don't try to force it on to me. Like, I'm cool with you being gay. You gay, you stay gay. Just don't force it on me, though. You see what I'm saying? That's when we have an issue. Just don't force it on me. Do you? I can hear it in your lips. I can see how you're dressing. I know what's going on with you. But it's like they want to force you to acknowledge them in that way. That's what they're fighting for. Like, acknowledge me because I want to be different. That's a different kind of different, man. You know what I'm saying?
So we're here with Jojo Capone, Talented Gangster, available right now on Tidal, iTunes, Spotify, all the streaming networks. Make sure y'all pick that up, Talented Gangster. What features you got on here? Let them know.
I kept it limited. I got C Note. I got Big Bank, Money Man, Ferdinand Fettuccine, Jamaican brother. So I got my patois on there for those who want to hear some patois. Who else? I think that's it.
Yeah.
It was just an EP.
Okay.
It was just an EP, 8 tracks. I've been wanting to put it out for the longest. And little brother Chris from the West Side. So I was showing that I can mend the West Side and the South Side together on music. And Turk. You spoke on Turk. Hot Boy Turk. Turk is on the record as well.
So being in Chicago, you're not supposed to wear Cub shit. What are you not supposed to be wearing?
I can wear what the fuck I want to wear.
No, I know you do whatever the fuck you want to do, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying what happens. Now, if you're gonna strictly say sports, if you're on the South Side, you're gonna wear socks, white socks. You know what I'm saying? But if you're on the North Side, then you'll wear the Cubs.
Okay.
But I don't get caught up in that shit. Like, I root for the city, so I'm gonna wear Black Hawks. I'm gonna wear the Bears. Even if they bullshit, I'm gonna wear the Bulls. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just rep the city overall. Like, I'm like Chicago's mascot, if anybody know. Like, I've been parading for this damn town forever, you know, and was raised in New York, LA, and Miami, but I still just champion Chicago because it's like an uncrowned market, an uncrowned city and state that's
before it was cool to do.
Yeah, before it was cool, right? Now, when you look around, everybody from this motherfucker that I didn't even know, like, what? They from here? They from here? Yeah. It's like this one, that one, this one was born there, but they left and this and that. So I just say don't count the Midwest out, man. Don't never count us out because we've been very instrumental into this culture of every culture, from TV, from actors to artists, you know what I'm saying? To anything that you can think of, we have somebody from here.
All right, so that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. I'm Doggie Diamonds, Jojo Capone, Talented Gangster EP available right now. Make sure you get that. Jojo, you know, we always do this. We got to update them on different shit and try to get them a little bit of information of what's on our mind. This is what our phone. We just let y'all hear our phone conversation, basically.
Right, because basically this is what this was. Right.
This
Look, we chopping it up yesterday, last night. Fuck it, let's do an interview tomorrow.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yep. So that's what it is. Make sure y'all pick up JoJo Project, stream it, download it, whatever you like. And that's what it is. We're gonna get JoJo on some other platforms because I think people like him need to be heard worldwide, you know. Thanks to everybody around the world who listen to him on my platform. But we gotta expand his brand all over because this is somebody who actually been through it, still go through it, but got through it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not what you've been through, it's what you get through. You know what I'm saying? It's still here to live and breathe and give a testament. And ain't telling motherfuckers it's cool. See, some motherfuckers is going through it and saying, yo, this is cool to be fucked up. It's cool to do this. He's telling you, nah, this shit ain't cool, man. You're going to die or you're going to go to jail. And when you go to jail, it's so inhumane in jail. Y'all have no fucking clue. You know what I'm saying? You think that shit is a summer camp or you think you want to go in there, all your homeboys is in there. But what happens when they send you to feds and you're a motherfucking Colorado and ain't none of your family within 5,000 miles away, so nobody's coming to visit you. They do.
Or you thinking you doing something that you're going to get a slap on the wrist for, get in the bullpen, somebody slip a knife in there, try to cut you, you disarm them and kill them. Now you got a body. You went in there for DUI. You went in there with a DUI. Now you get caught with a body. So anything can happen inside those walls. And people, it happens all day, every day. It's not the place to be. So I'm going to sign out on that. The next one, let's do it, Doggie, and I'm ready, man.
Yeah, all right. We out of here. Doggie Diamonds TV, Jojo Capone. We out of here. Peace. Jojo, at Jojo Capone 1 on Instagram.
Yeah, Jojo Capone 1. Jojo Capone on Facebook. At Global Gangsters on Twitter, the correct spelling. Peace and love.
All right, I'm out of here. At Doggie Diamonds, y'all already know. We out of here. Peace. Thank y'all for tuning in today.